Today's game is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Sunday afternoon in Rosemont, Illinois. Middle day of week 3. Everything is super tight on our leaderboard. First of 2 games today, we will have Team Ocasio taking on Team McClenny. It's going to be a fair fight. 2 well-matched clubs and a lot of fun this Saturday. Check that Sunday afternoon. This is actually the exact middle day of our 5-week season, and we are going to have some fun softball being played. So glad you could join us, everyone. Alongside my partner, 2-time National Player of the Year as a Washington Husky, Danielle Laurie. I am Eric Collins, and it's pretty cool to look at that leaderboard right now, Danielle. For the first time in a couple of weeks, we do not have Kat Osterman in the top spot. Instead, it's Alicia Ocasio.
Well, it's a two-way player. I absolutely love that Alicia Ocasio has just continued to perform week in and week out. Last year she was outstanding, and she's just continued to roll heading into week 3. So that's why you see her up top. Ocasio
pitches, she hits. She's also been a fantastic drafter and general manager. Let's talk about Athletes Unlimited now in its 2nd season. 60 world-class athletes divided into 4 different teams every week. When it's all said and done, 1 individual champion will be crowned, and the champion is crowned by being the leader on the leaderboard. This brought to you by Geico. As we mentioned, Alicia Ocasio currently in that top spot.
Yeah, she's just been super consistent, as well as Savannah Jaquish. Aaliyah Andrews has performed, but it has been Alicia Ocasio, and this was her performance yesterday. I mean, look at that pitch that Kelsey Stewart's swinging at. That's way out of the zone, but it just shows how deceptive she is. She plays amazing defense and just continues to keep pumping strikes and getting these hitters looking silly. She's been lights out.
Now, not only is Alicia Ocasio wonderful as a player, but she also has an eye for talent. When she drafted a couple of days ago on Tuesday, she said, I want Amanda Lorenz on my team.
Well, I mean, you got a couple Gators in the house. These women played together. And even though Amanda Lorenz said yesterday, I've been struggling, and I'm so happy that she trusted me. Amanda Lorenz, you're one of the best in the game. Everyone's going to trust you.
Let's take a look at our Team Ocasio batting order brought to you by Geico. Amanda Lorenz coming off her breakout performance, 2 for 3 with 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in yesterday. Morgan Zirkle currently 8th on the leaderboard, followed by Hannah Flippin, Anissa Urtez, Taylor Edwards. Kaylee Clifton is our second baseman. Courtney Gano is at first with Aubrey Monroe, just a terrific defender behind the plate. Alicia Ocasio is going to keep herself in the game. She's not pitching to begin the game. Instead, she'll start out in right field. For Team McClenny, it's going to be Sarah Gronewagen pitching for a 2nd straight day. She'll throw to Sasha Palacios. Left side of the infield has Riley Sarton-Vaughn and Ali Aguilar over there. Right side is Abby Ramirez getting a start. Sam Fisher next to her. And outfield of Reed and McClenny in left and center. 2 Olympians doing work. Now let's talk about Sarah Gronewagen, trying to get herself started. This is now her 7th appearance on the season and her 3rd start, her 2nd in as many days.
And I like that she's getting a start today, able to look at yesterday's performance and just try to get better from this. Has one of the best changeups in the game for sure. Mixes the ball around well with that screwball, that curve. Has a little bit of a drop. Great rise ball, but for her it's going to be just finding pitches she can locate for strikes and being able to pull the string on that change.
How big of a deal is it for someone like a Sarah Gronewagen to get a start in 2 consecutive days?
I think that it's important, and I love seeing her in the batting order today. I think that as a hitting pitcher, it just adds that little extra bit of confidence to know that you can help yourself out if you give up some runs. And I've talked with her constantly over the last couple weeks about it, and she said, I just really want to be able to get in the lineup to help myself out. And from someone that was a hitting pitcher myself, I mean, there's nothing better than knowing if you give up a bomb or something happens, you can step into the batter's box and help your team.
That's going to be an all Big Ten alum matchup in the circle. You got Sarah Gronewagen from the University of Minnesota. She'll be matched with Haley Wagner, a multi-time All-American, as a Michigan Wolverine. Haley Wagner getting the start for Team Ocasio. And both these sides playing yesterday. Team Ocasio, a sterling win. They defeated Kat Osterman's team 6-2. They got to Kat late in the game and then really got to her. Those 6 runs were all earned against Kat Osterman. Haley McClenny, her team yesterday, they lost first game of their weekend. They lost 14-6 to Team Jaquish. The big problem was the long ball. Pitching staff for Team McClenny gave up 5 homers, including 3 3-run homers. That's hard to come back from.
Yeah, that can't happen. You have to find a way to keep the ball in the park. And I know that we're in the Windy City, and if the ball goes up, sometimes there's a chance it'll go out, but have to eliminate the big home runs. Solo shots are fine, 3 runs, home runs are not.
Here's Amanda Lorenz leading off our ball game. Huge movement for her yesterday. Began the day 49th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. She picked up 29 spots. Currently 20th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. That's what a big game and some MVP points will do for you. First 2 pitches from Groenewagen and both missed the mark. 2-0. Lorenz, a rookie in this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season. Took a while to get going, but we knew with her track record it was only a matter of time. There's the game's first strike. First 4 pitches, 3 of them have missed, and so a good hitter's count for Lorenz.
That first batter is so important, just to establish what that strike zone is, figure out what the blue behind the plate is calling, what you can get on the outside, where you can go on the inside for a called strike.
A little bit outside, so a 5-pitch walk, and Lorenz is aboard. You get 8 points for drawing a walk, so 8 more points for Amanda Lorenz. Here's Morgan Zirkle. Zirkle yesterday a rare 0 for 4. She's been one of the hitting stars for the first 3 weekends of play. Pulls the bat back and the pitch misses. Ball 1. Zirkle still in the top 10. She's currently 8th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. 6 hits on the season. 2 of those hits have been homers. Lays down a bunt that squirts foul.
That's a perfect opportunity here for Zirkle to be able to lay that bunt down, advance Amanda Lorenz. I mean, this is all about winning innings and going back to the basics of the game, and it's a perfect opportunity with getting them on, and now all she needs to do is get her over.
Again showing bunt, pops it up, Groenewagen plucks it out of the air. That's our first out of the ball game. So Zirkle fails to advance the runner to second. 1 out.
She just wasn't able to barrel this thing up enough to get it down in the zone. As a pitcher, you just love the popped up bunts.
Hannah Flippin, third baseman, 1 for 3 yesterday with a double. Currently 14th on the leaderboard, 14th out of 60.
There's that pretty curveball by Sarah Groenewagen. She can continue to get that first strike. It's a good pitch to get ahead with those righties.
Ball and a strike to Flippin. We've got back-to-back Utah Utes batting. Flippin and her college teammate, Anissa Urtez, sitting 3 and 4. They're always closely connected. In college, one was the shortstop, the other was the second baseman. Today they're hitting 3 and 4 and manning the left side of the infield, shortstop and third. All right, Flippin, historically the most difficult batter in Athletes Unlimited to strike out. She has not struck out so far this season. Coming into this game with 21 at-bats. Last year she struck out just 3 times all year long, 3 times in 15 games. Softly hit, and that'll make it just out of the reach of Ali Aguilar for an infield base hit. Good job of 2-strike batting for Flippin. That's the first hit of the ball game. Runners at first and at second.
This is a changeup on the outside part of the plate that Flip just is able to stay on time with and pull it right to the 5-6 hole, and it's pretty much all Aguilar could do at that point. Good piece of hitting by Hannah Flippin to stay on point with that changeup.
Here's Anissa Urtez. Opportunity for Team Ocasio early. That is a fair ball. And Sam Fisher stays with it, tags the base with her glove. That's the second out.
I like this angle.
Wow. That ball started in foul territory, curved into fair territory where it was touched by Fisher. In softball, you just really need to pay attention to where that ball ends up because it spins so much. Here's Taylor Edwards. RBI opportunity for Taylor. Edwards yesterday came off the bench, had 2 plate appearances, drew a walk, and singled and drove in a run. 3 for 13 on the season. Off-speed pitch, caught the outer edge. Checks the swing, no swing. 2 balls and a strike.
Ooh. Close. One thing I did say to Sarah Groenewegen though is you have to be able to throw the ball up in the zone more than you have, and you just even see that little wiggle by Taylor Edwards being fooled a little by that pitch. Just opens up for Sarah Groenewegen to throw kind of something else lower in the zone, and that's the importance of when you're playing in this league and these hitters and how good they are. You have to use all your stuff and you have to mix it wisely. You have to pitch backwards at times. You have to hold a pitch the first time through the lineup sometimes, just because these hitters are pretty elite.
3-1, catches part of the plate, 3-2. All right, action time now. Runners on at second and in third, 2 outs. Full count to Taylor Edwards. There is a base open. Kaylee Clifton in the on-deck circle. Up high. That loads the bases. Kaylee Clifton next in line. Today, Kaylee Clifton wearing a microphone.
There we go. Good job. Check court. 2. Nice flip. Cobras on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cobras!
The Cobras. That's what Team Ocasio are calling themselves this week. Clifton, second baseman, 40th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Off-speed pitch, a beauty. Called strike 1.
This is a big moment here for Sarah Groenewegen. 2 outs on the board. Found herself in a little bit of a pickle here with bases loaded.
These moments never seem too big for Kaylee Clifton. I've liked watching her play for a year and a half. Nails. Smoked into center field. That'll drive in a run. Here comes Flippin. The throw is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Kaylee Clifton. And Team Ocasio takes an early lead.
This just drifts too much over the plate, and that's exactly why she hits it right back up the middle. It's a great piece of hitting, especially knowing there's runners on base, can get a couple RBIs. Good start for Team Ocasio.
So a couple of walks, and now a couple of base hits, and it's a 2-0 lead for Team Ocasio. And again, Sarah Groenewegen finds herself in a spot. Courtney Gano next in line, 36th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Gano, not much success the first week, but ever since she's been playing some good ball. 1 for 2 yesterday with a double and a run batted in.
See Danielle O'Toole warming up in the bullpen.
Gano with 4 hits and 15 at-bats on her season. A little half-hearted swing. Ball and a strike. Gano, one of the many Washington Huskies this year with Athletes Unlimited. Took last year off, didn't play anywhere. Maybe took a bit to get back to where she needs to be, but she's swinging a hot bat lately. Tardy. Laid on a 64-mile-an-hour pitch, a ball and 2 strikes. Over the years, there haven't been too many players that I can just recall top of my head that wore glasses while playing like Courtney Gano does. But I am thinking there used to be another pro player who played at Washington, Kylie Lawners, wore glasses when she played. I guess it's a thing.
Personal preference, I guess. Some people don't like jabbing the contacts in their eyes.
Off-speed pitch, a beauty. Oh, Sarah Gronewagen needed that. So the strikeout ends the frame, but a couple of runs score for Team Ocasio. 2-0 lead. Team McClenny going to the bat rack.
Can't get enough. Is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
Welcome back, everyone. Head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear, and don't forget to follow on social at auprosports for exclusive inside content. Let's take a look at our lineup for Team McClenny, brought to you by Geico. Janie Reed start things off. It's actually 3 Team USA Olympians to begin the game for Team McClenny. Reed, McClenny, the captain, and then Ali Aguilar, followed by Erica Biancastelli. Sarah Gronewagen's going to hit for herself. Abby Ramirez hitting in the 6th spot, Sasha Palacios, Riley Sarton-Vaughn, and Michelle Moultrie. And let's take a look at how Team Ocasio will align defensively. Haley Wagner's going to get the start. This is her 3rd of the year, throwing to Aubrey Monroe. That's a great battery. Flippin and Urtez airtight. 3rd base side of that infield. On the right side, it's Clifton and Gano with an outfield of Lorenz, Circle, and Ocasio. Tell me a little bit more about number 17, Haley Wagner.
Yes, Haley Wagner is one of my favorites in this league. She's so fun. Southpaw coming from the left side. Throw mid to high 60s. has that curveball. That lefty-lefty matchup for her is money. She spins that curveball away, but something unique with what she does is she throws that screwball. You see a lot of lefty pitchers throw that backdoor curve into lefties, but she has that hard tailing screwball in. Effective pitch.
Softly hit by Reed, and that's going to be an infield base hit. So Janie Reed is aboard. Ball goes about 20 feet away from home plate, but with her speed, that's going to be a base hit every single time.
And this is just the swinging bunt, just using the turf in front of her, knowing that that turf is going to give that ball that little extra giddy up to get up in the air.
7th hit on the season for Janie Reed. Here's the captain of Team McClenny, Haley McClenny. Best to ever come out of Morris, Alabama. McClenny currently 5th on the leaderboard. 5th out of 60 players. 10 hits, 23 at-bats. Hitting a robust .435 with a homer. Right to the shortstop, that'll be a double play! Oh, an atom ball off the bat of McClenny right into the glove of Hertez. That's a hard way to make 2 outs.
This is just one of those situations. There's nothing you can do. You can't hit it harder. Haley McClenny and Janie Reed, that's the right read, right? Like, you just see a liner. It's very tough to stop yourself when you're going off the base that hard, knowing that Hertez is coming right back to you. As a pitcher, you just love those double plays.
All right, so Ali Aguilar will now bat lefty-lefty matchup. Aguilar had a nice day yesterday, 2 for 4 with 2 extra base hits, a double, and a homer.
And this was Ali Aguilar and her home run yesterday. Love me a good little Oppo taco, I'm not gonna lie. So much power, can go to all fields really well.
Aguilar didn't play with Athletes Unlimited last year, and she has been really good right out of the chute this season. (3-0). All right, so we've got something brewing here. Haley Wagner has thrown 19 1/3 innings coming into this game, has never walked a batter. I apologize, that pitch was called a strike, so it's 2-1. But Wagner has never walked anyone so far this season. 2-2. She's been a strike-throwing machine. She has struck out 15 without a walk. That's an incredible ratio. All right, here's the moment of truth. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wagner among the leaders in strikeouts with those 15. Has not walked a batter. And you don't want to walk Aguilar here because Erica Piancastelli's on deck. Clubbed into right field. So Piancastelli will bat here in this first inning. It's a 2-out single by Aguilar. And now that double play looms large.
And also understanding this inning, Team Ocasio scoring in the top of the first 2 runs, and everything is about points, and every inning is worth 10. So if Team McClenny is not able to score 2 or more, the inning points for the first will go to Team Ocasio.
Piancastelli 0 for 3 yesterday, but enormous power. Piancastelli now playing in her 22nd game with Athletes Unlimited, dating back to last year. She's got 11 homers in 22 games. Vicious hack. 1-2.
Piancastelli is like a really fun looking swing, from that leg kick to just like her extension through the zone. She has so much pop.
Yesterday we saw the longest home run ever hit with Athletes Unlimited. It was hit by Amanda Chittister. The wind blowing out today, that mark could be broken. With a swing like Piancastelli has, with that wind, We're talking 300 feet possibly. Howling. 2-2. Popped up softly. Left field, and it falls. Foul ball will do it again. You got to play Biancastelli so deep. And that's why she lives for another swing. Lorenz just didn't have enough time to get that foul ball.
And this was Amanda Chittister's home run yesterday that from the swing, I knew this bad boy was out of here, but I didn't know it was 279 feet. Y'all, that is a long ball.
Laser beam.
She has been just so fun to watch.
Another base hit. That's the third of the inning. Ball is booted for a moment by Zirkle, but no advancement by Aguilar. 3 hits in the inning by Team McClenny. Still nothing to show for it because of that double play ball hit into by McClenny.
And I like this opportunity here for Sarah Groenewagen getting the bat in her hands today, being the starting pitcher. And this is kind of one of those money situations I talked about last inning. And she loves being able to help the cause, and giving up 2 runs in that first inning. She has a couple ducks on the pond right now.
Called strike 1.
And then on the flip side, like if you're Haley Wagner, you know she's not getting consistent ABs. So as a pitcher, knowing you're facing someone that isn't hitting all the time, it's an automatic, like, let's go pump strikes.
And Groenewagen, this is just her 4th at bat of the season. She's 1 for 3.
Way off the dish here, knowing that she has that curveball that she'll throw to the inside part of the plate. It's a good spot.
Dribbled, that's a fair ball. Fielding on the run, Hannah Flippin. Nice job by Flippin, side retired. So Team McClenny, they get 3 hits, but they can't score. Inning points for Team Ocasio. Welcome back, everyone. Parkway Bank Sports Complex, Rosemont, Illinois. Team Ocasio, every player on their roster just got 10 points for winning that first inning. Hey, fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. That app is available in the Apple app or Google Play Store. Start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about Athletes Unlimited. Good start for Team Ocasio. What's new? Won a ball game yesterday, feeling good about themselves. Took down Team Osterman 6-2. In the first inning, 7 batters come to the plate to score. Sarah Groenewagen beginning her second inning of work. Maybe a bit winded. Remember, she made the last out of the bottom of the first inning with the bat in her hands. Did you have a hard time transitioning from being the last batter to going out into the circle?
I mean, sometimes I'd give myself like my 30 seconds to just leave what just happened in the batter's box before I run out there. But like I said, when I used to be a hitting pitcher, like I almost enjoyed because it made me feel more relaxed in the box. I didn't feel that same sense of pressure that you do feel as a pitcher in the circle. There's a lot of pressure. It's why it's one of the toughest positions, sometimes more than anyone can even understand. But to compliment and help yourself out in the box, to just say, hey, I'm giving myself 20 seconds before I run out there to just take in what happened, and then you got to be done with it. Doesn't matter what you're playing in this sport. If you're constantly thinking about the past and the struggles and the strikeouts, you are not moving forward and you're not going to be successful.
Ball and 2 strikes to Aubrey Monroe. Groenewagen will face Monroe and then Ocasio, and then the top of the order and Amanda Lorenz. Down the right field line. One Team USA member makes the catch and a ball hit by a Team USA member. Monroe flies out to Michelle Moultrie. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Couldn't ask for a better Sunday afternoon here in the middle of September. Glad to have you with us. Here's Alicia Ocasio. She's the captain this week, and she's inserting herself into the lineup. Look at that play. Riley Sarton-Vaughn, ranging far, makes the catch right in front of the third base dugout. So a quick out number 2 as Ocasio is retired.
I love this angle. Just enough room there to get that catch. And like I said, as a pitcher, like you just, when your defense is able to make those little plays, those little snubbed balls up, just take a breather and know, okay, quick 2 outs on the board for Sarah Groenewagen.
Here's Amanda Lorenz, swings at the first pitch. That is a foul ball. That was about as close as you can get. It was fair for a moment and then veered right at the last moment when it crossed over first base. Remember, singles are worth 10 points, doubles are worth 20. That could have been a triple, could have been 30 points for Lorenz. Amanda walked and scored an inning ago.
And that's that pitch right there, Eric, that she just needs to figure out how to get that first strike. Because her screwballs are a money pitch besides her changeup. If she doesn't have her screw, she's in trouble. So it's figuring out whether or not she needs to bring it a little bit more on the plate, just so that umpire can call that pitch. So you need to be able to establish the outside.
Two balls and a strike to Lorenz, former Florida Gator. Just missed out on all the fun. She got to Florida right after they'd won a national championship. And she was such a ballyhooed recruit coming out of high school in Southern California that I'm sure she thought that there would be multiple national championships in her future. Played great ball and had wonderful teams, but she actually never won the national championship, which is rare. You talk about a Florida Gator of recent vintage, and generally everyone's got a national championship, but Lorenz didn't have the good fortune.
I know it is kind of crazy when you look back on it and you think that Amanda Lorenz was playing with Kelly Barnahill, who was the National Player of the Year, one of the best, and it just goes to show it's not always the most talented players sometimes that win those championships. It's the cohesion of your team, and you got to go through a lot of stuff. But I was kind of sad for her. I thought for sure she would be someone to win a natty.
So a walk for Lorenz. That's the second time she has walked here in the first 2 innings. Now, she did accomplish a lot, did Amanda Lorenz, as a college player. In 4 years, how about this? Already has a master's degree. So in 4 years, got her undergraduate and master's degree. Spent some time still in Gainesville, volunteer assistant. Here's Morgan Zirkle. Tried to lay a bunt down last inning and popped to the pitcher.
This is that changeup by Sarah Groenewegen. 45 miles an hour. It's a big difference in speeds.
Zirkle lines it into right field. That almost decapitated Lorenz. Lorenz rounds second. She'll head to third, and she'll make it with a dive. So a two-out rally for Team Ocasio here in the second inning.
Woo. And that's good base running by Amanda Lorenz. Not only to get to third, but to just stop a little bit in front of that line drive. You know, if she gets hit with a ball, she's an automatic out and they'd be out of the inning. Just being heads up with that.
So again, a rally for Team Ocasio. They scored 2 times in the first. Everyone on Team Ocasio already with 10 points for the first inning win. Now looking to get something here in the second inning. This all happening with 2 outs. The walk to Lorenz, the single by Zirkle, and again, activity in that bullpen. As for the second inning, Danielle O'Toole is getting loose. Hannah Flippen, single her first time up. Defense is going to have to be on their toes because we've told you many times before, Flippen does not strike out. She's going to put the ball in play somewhere. Runner heading now to second. They throw through. No, now it's cut off by Ramirez. So a nice Athletes Unlimited play by Morgan Zirkle to pick up an extra 10 points. You get 10 points for stealing a bag. She's now 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts on the year.
And majority of these hitters, you look at where Hannah Flippen's standing in the box, they're off the plate a ton, knowing Sarah Groenewegen likes to throw that screwball in.
Oh, a little sneak attack. Flippen trying to squeeze, and it's foul.
Going for that squeeze bunt, and something to remember as a defense, like obviously first and third are back, but for Sarah Groenewegen, a great fielding pitcher, if someone squeezes on you with 2 outs, I mean, at the end of the day, the play is to go to 1. No pressure, just make a good throw.
3-1.
That's a good pitch, and a lot of these players have been getting that outside corner, and I just for how well the hitters do in this league, I think it's important for a pitcher to be able to get a ball, half a ball off the plate, just because these hitters are so seasoned and should be able to get half a ball off.
Popped up. Oh, wow. Groenewegen's going to get out of it. Catch is made by Riley Sarton-Vaughn, and the side is retired. Missed opportunity for Team Ocasio. Will stay in the ballpark. Oh my goodness!
Sarah. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Yes! That's that placement, baby. That's that perfect placement.
I tell you what, we know who to put the microphone on. Kaylee Clifton, the biggest hit in the game, a 2-run single, and you see her with that energy defensively. Here's a look at our league leaderboard, powered by Geico. We update that many, 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 many times throughout the course of our activity as it changes truly from at-bat to at-bat. Top 4 players on the leaderboard will be the captains next week, and we'll get a chance to draft their teams on Tuesday. Every week of the season, brand new teams decided on Tuesday. Here's Abby Ramirez, native daughter, Chicagoan by birth. 2 balls and a strike to Ramirez. This is a Michigan on Michigan affair. Abby played for the Michigan Wolverines, batting against former Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, Haley Wagner, who spent 4 seasons playing for the Wolverines. First base hit of the year for Abby Ramirez. So Ramirez on at first. Big smile for her. Good start to the second inning. It's been a big weekend for the Ramirez family. Her father, there he is, Ruben. He threw out the first pitch yesterday. Longtime Chicago PD. He was one of the first responders. 9/11, he was watching in Chicago as everything in the world changed and said, I got to get out there. Hopped into a car, drove 800 miles, and helped for a full week try and figure things out.
And this was the first pitch yesterday. Special moment for sure.
I don't know how he didn't throw this underhand. Flipped into left field, Sasha Palacios. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it into a perfect spot. Back-to-back base hits for Team McClenny here in the second inning. The only reason I'm saying that I'm surprised that Ruben did throw it underhand. Abby gives her father so much credit for being her coach and helping her. I guarantee you he can throw some mean BP underhand. No doubt in my mind.
But when you get out in the environment and you're out there and all eyes are on you, it's not easy. There's a lot of pressure that goes with throwing that first pitch. They always say that when women will go and throw at MLB games, right? Like we saw Kat throw with. And I would want to go underhand with the baseball. I would be a little nervous throwing that small ball, but I think it's fitting as a softball pitcher when you're throwing out that first pitch.
Now, I'm sure you've thrown many first pitches, am I right?
And I have gone underhand.
You do underhand, okay.
And I one-hopped them. I'm not proud of it, but I haven't done a ton enough to get enough practice.
All right, opportunity in the second inning for Team McClenny to win an inning. Riley Sarton-Vaughn. Will she play small ball? Shows bunt. Ball gets away, and now a throw to first in trouble. Palacios caught in a pickle. Now Gano comes across the diamond. They want to run back Ramirez. And there's, nope, not 2 on the base. Things are still alive. This is Palacios in the pickle. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? No out has been recorded. There's the first. Ramirez is tagged, and that's the first out of the inning. Took a while, but an out on the base pass.
They really made the defense work. You see Abby Ramirez get off the base enough. They finally are able to get that run down. So 2 players can't occupy the base at the same time. And if they do, then you're able to lay a tag on and they're automatically out. But you saw Abby Ramirez go off the base as soon as Sasha Palacios was able to get on there. And in this case, just fortunate enough to be able to move someone up 60 feet. And it was a little bit of a hiccup by Palacios going way off the base, and Monroe got her in a pickle.
For those of you scoring at home, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5. And actually, that was kind of 2 negatives for Team McClenny. Of course, an out on the base pass that was unforced. But also, you swap out your lead runner. It's Palacios now at second, as opposed to Ramirez. And Ramirez is a bit quicker than Palacios. And wouldn't you know it, a 4-pitch walk to Sarton-Vaughn. That's the first walk of the season allowed by Haley Wagner, the very first. Now pitching in her 20th inning. Here's the number 9 hitter, Michelle Moultrie. Usually super aggressive. Takes a fastball strike. I rarely say fastball, but that didn't look like it had a rise to it or a drop to it. Similar, 66 miles per hour. It had some steam on it. Lifted in the air. It's going to be playable for someone. Shortstop Ortez makes the play. Infield fly rule was in effect. There are now 2 outs. So once the infield fly rule was called, the batter was automatically out. The runners could have advanced if they wanted to. Would have been a bad idea. Just in case, Amber Pfizer getting loose for Team Ocasio. She's been impressive so far this year. First-year player out of Minnesota. Janie Reed. Off-speed pitch, just couldn't lay off.
Pretty pitch. 51 miles an hour, completely tricking Janie Reed.
Good read here, Niner. Go get. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, Jane. Go get one. Like it.
Team McClenny's had opportunities. They had 3 hits in the first inning, didn't score. Here in the second inning, first 3 batters have all reached safely, but a base running mistake, and now the pop-up by Moultrie. And there are 2 outs with 2 aboard.
Nobody better 9. Nobody better 9. Come on now. Yeah, Jeanette. Get yours. Good. There you are. There you are. Yeah, Jeanette. Yeah, Jeanette. Come on now. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, Jane. Yeah!
Lashed! That is foul. Janie Reed doesn't usually turn on a ball that quickly, but she did and just missed extra bases.
She has like sneaky power. If it is in her wheelhouse and she's fully swinging, she can get it out of here quickly. Both her and Michelle Moultrie can unleash on a ball.
Yes, Jeanette. Trust you, 9.
Ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs.
Get out, baby. You keep battling.
Do it again.
You keep battling, 9.
Janie Reed knowing if you're able to score Sashel Palacios from second base, they will win this inning because Team Ocasio did not score in the top of the second. So it's almost that little bit of added pressure in the moment of knowing, all right, if I score this run, then everyone on my team gets 10 points.
Good.
Off speed, sails high.
Keep going. Yes, Josh.
Wagner's not been perfect first time through the order. She's given up 5 hits and walked a batter, but hasn't been scored upon.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9. Good. Yes, Janie.
And it's now 3-2. Now this changes the dynamic. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Palacios is now going to get a head start from second. She'll be followed by Sarton Vaughn at first. They'll be both off with the pitch. There they go. Pop up out of play.
It's a great at-bat by Janie Reed, seeing a lot of pitches. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
You can almost guarantee that Wagner is going to do everything in her power to make sure this is in the zone. You do not want to walk Reed to load the bases for Haley McClenny. Oh my, and she has. So, Wagner had gone the first 2.5 weeks without issuing a walk. She has now walked 2 of the last 3 batters she's faced. Talk about walking a tightrope. The bases are now loaded for arguably the best player in the world today, Haley McClenny. You got Palacios on at third, Sarton Vaughn at second, Janie Reed, who can fly, is on at first, and here comes trouble. An all-Haley matchup. McClenny, deep to center, it's caught! Oh my! Morgan Zirkle, with her back against the wall, saves the day. Everyone can now exhale. That was a whisker away from being 4 runs.
Wow, Morgan Zirkle, this is so clutch. Coming up big for her team. This is a heck of a catch. Come, babe.
It is a 2-0 lead for Team Ocasio as we play the 3rd inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. Fans join us at the ballpark for game day. Tickets are still available at auprosports.com/tickets. That's been a fun ball game, opportunities for both sides. And here in this 3rd inning, we're going to be joined by a member of Team USA, silver medalist, one of the best players to ever come out of the SEC, Michelle Moultrie. Hey, Michelle, how you doing in right field?
Hi. Love you, Mish.
Hey, Michelle, thank you for talking to us. I can't imagine a better defensive outfield than what we have with Janie Reed, Haley McClenny, and you in right field.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun to play with people that you know, especially, like, I don't know, it's just really cool to be on the same team this week.
Yeah, what was it like when you got drafted by Haley McClenny and knowing majority of your Team USA teammates, you all get the chance to play together again?
It was just really cool. Like, I thought that, you know, I'm excited to play with, like, new people, but also just, you know, you form, like, great relationships with people. So I was excited that I get to play with them all weekend and practice with them all week. So I was excited to get drafted to Orange this week.
Just curious, I know the sun's probably not that huge of a factor right now, but right field and that right side generally seems to be a problem area at certain times of the day. What's your thought process for sunglasses or no sunglasses?
Kind of depends. I think when the sun's actually really bad, I think I'd rather almost go no sunglasses, just because the glare is hard to see. With the glare on glasses is hard to see, so I'd rather just use my hand or something if it's really bad. So, but right now it's not too bad. It's a little bit of a haze, so not too bad right now.
Michelle, I'm always curious the week leading up to weekends, like what the practice plan is. Did Haley McClenny write out like a practice plan, or was it just more of like a BP, a little bit of defense? What do you guys kind of do throughout that week?
We've gotten a little bit of everything. I think is really good. You know, not too much. So like as outfielders, we would start off doing like a pregame type of, 2 throws to each base type of thing, and we did that every day just to get our throws in.
Urtez softly into left field. Janie Reed makes the play.
Good job, Janie.
Hey, Michelle, I think your backstory is just fantastic. You graduated in 2012 from Florida, just one of the greatest to ever play in the SEC. But you've done a lot of different things between then and now, and you're still playing. What are some of the things that you've done to keep your softball dream alive?
I think, well, I worked at in the accounting office at UF in their athletic department, like right after I graduated. So I did that for a little bit.
Taylor Edwards pops out. There's now 2 outs. All right, so you worked as an accountant.
Yeah, and then I think
the second baseman, number 20, Kaylee.
I did a little bit of I worked as a receptionist for a couple of months.
Awesome.
I coached at Stanford University for 2 years. So, and then I think more recently, leading up to the Olympics, I was more doing like camps and clinics and speaking engagements and things like that. So, pretty well-rounded, I guess, like work experience. Just trying to keep, doing something to stay playing softball.
Well, Michelle, thank you for your time. I just think that's fantastic. The amount of love you must have for this game is just awesome, and the fact that you're being rewarded by continuing to play and getting a chance for a silver medal this past summer, I just think it's fantastic that it's worked out.
Thank you.
That's one of my favorites. Michelle Moultrie, not only just a tremendous player, but also someone who says, you know what? This is what I want to do. Now 31 years of age, and I'm willing to sacrifice certain things to keep playing ball.
It's not easy at times because you have to balance, and at the end of the day, once you graduate college, like you need to make a living too, right? So it's like so impressed with just hearing her in the accounting department and being a receptionist, like just going through the grind, and like that's what makes the softball piece so amazing, is knowing that you can do so many things and have so many tricks up your sleeve, still to pursue the passion of being one of the best and getting the opportunity to wear your country across your chest. And I mean, there was no one better than Michelle Moultrie getting that opportunity. She has been with Team USA for so long, just going through the trenches, and if you respect the game rewards you back, and she got that opportunity this summer.
Can you imagine? As a receptionist, picking up the phone. Hello, this is Michelle Moultrie, SEC Player of the Year. Women's College World Series, co-most outstanding player. How can I help you? How can I direct your call?
I can't see her answering it like that, but that's what she should say.
All right, a 2-out base runner for Team Ocasio. Kaylee Clifton has now been aboard twice. For walks, you get 8 points. So Clifton is aboard for Courtney Gano. 4 walks allowed by Groenewegen. Gano struck out to end the first inning. And this is the 3rd straight inning we've seen Danielle O'Toole throw. She's earning her meal money just in the bullpen.
That's the one thing that I feel like I really got the chance to learn this last summer with Team Canada and Lonnie Alameda, who is our pitching coach, and just not overcooking the sauce in the bullpen, because at the end of the day, you know how to pitch. I think if anything, once you get out and get warm, it's more of a mental transition of how you can go into a game and feel like you're mentally ready. Throwing for 40 minutes in the bullpen is not what's going to get you ready for the game. And she was so big on that with our Team Canada staff, and I thank her a lot for that, because I'm not sure we are as energized as we were through the Olympic Games if it wasn't those small transitions and just understanding, you're right, I don't need to throw for 30 minutes before going into a game. I can throw for 17 minutes, and I'm warm, and I'm good, and I'm mentally ready. And I think sometimes pitchers think they need these 60-minute warm-ups in the bullpen, and it's just not true.
Wow, that is 8 straight balls thrown by Groenewegen. So back-to-back 2-out walks. First Clifton and then Gano. 8 points for Courtney Gano, drawing that walk. And Aubrey Monroe is scheduled to bat. Who will she bat against? Or will she bat at all?
Captain Haley McCleney coming in, and I love this part about the league is the athletes make the decisions. When you're a captain, the decision is yours, and you see Haley going out to talk directly to Sarah Groenewegen to see where she's at.
All right, so Aubrey Monroe is going to be lifted And we're going to have Nadia Taylor come in and hit. Hey fans, not sure if you heard, but if you join us in person at the ballpark, you can get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person and scan the QR code. We'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each weekend this season, collect all 5, and unlock a special offer. Grab your tickets and start collecting. All right, so Nadia Taylor will bat, come off the bench and replace Aubrey Monroe. Nadia from Humble, Texas. You don't pronounce the H, it's Humble, Texas. 4-year softball player, 1-year basketball player for the Texas Longhorns.
I want to see her and Lily Piper go at it on the basketball court. A couple two-time.
I think Lily Piper was kind of a baller. And I think Nadia Taylor was just basically a DU-up athlete type of person.
I still want to see it. Maybe we can get some video footage. They can play pig or one-on-one and we can see how that goes down.
Oh, that hit her. That'll load the bases. Without the benefit of a base hit, Team Ocasio has loaded the bases here in the 3rd inning.
Screwball just too tight inside. Just been having a little bit of a rough go today with that location on the inside part of the plate.
Now this game's hanging in the balance, and O'Toole is just looking on saying, do you need me? With 2 outs, back-to-back walks, and then Taylor hit with a pitch. And here is the captain for Team Ocasio, Alicia Ocasio.
I think it also depends too, like, do you want a righty-lefty matchup or do you want to bring in a lefty O'Toole and go lefty-lefty? And I think that they should have made the change here, but
Ocasio currently atop the leaderboard. No one has more points than Alicia Ocasio. She earns points as a pitcher. She earns some points as a hitter. Now she's got a chance to break this game open. Ball and a strike.
there's that screwball. Back-to-back pitches where she's been able to get that pitch for a strike. So much movement. It's about time she's gotten that corner. That's a great spot.
Wow, 0-2. Groenewegen 1 strike away from getting out of this. Oh, wow! 3-pitch strikeout for Groenewegen. So with 2 outs, a couple of walks, and then a hit batsman, and Groenewegen strikes out Ocasio on 3 pitches. How about that?
It took a lot of guts to show up for this, a lot of trust in each other, and we did it. Forever, there's only going to be one first, and that's all of you.
This has been life-changing, not only for the group of 57 that we have here, but for future generations of softball players. We've truly redefined what it means to play softball and to be a professional. This is the future of our sport, and I couldn't ask for it to be in better hands.
I'm going to challenge you guys, though, all of you younger ones. It's your responsibility to keep playing. The reason you can play is because Megan Wiggins and I have kept playing. The reason Jordan Roberts had an opportunity to play this year is because Gwen Svekis has continued to play. Continue to play so the people below you have the opportunity to do this and have their life change the way we all did. Because I think we all are leaving here in the next couple days nowhere close to the same person we were when we came in.
Welcome back, everyone. This is really neat. The second limited edition softball set is available. Sets include 60-player cards plus 5 additional specialty cards that highlight standout moments from our league. Sets are $19.99. They're available to purchase now through September 30th at Topps.com. Alicia Ocasio's card, there it is. Ocasio struck out to end the top of this third inning. Had the bases loaded, struck out on 3 pitches. Good job by Sarah Gronewagen.
And she just works the outside corner, able to kind of locate that screwball for a strike, goes back to it and is able to get the called strike. And then the swing and the miss, great sequence.
Gronewagen just likes making it hard for herself. Loaded the bases without a base hit. 2 walks and a hit batsman. And then strikes out Ocasio on 3 pitches. Here's an Olympian, Ali Aguilar. Lashes this one into center field. Trying to cut it off, Zirkle can't do it. There goes Aguilar on her way to second. For the second time in as many days, Aguilar gets a double and almost falls down, rounding first base. She may need to change those spikes.
It's a great piece of hitting. Ton of speed, makes a good turn. Seems to get a little slippery around that area, but stand-up double for Aguilar, and that was just an absolute laser.
That's the 3rd consecutive inning that Team McClenny has started the inning with a base hit. This is the first time they've started it with a double. Bianca Stelli, single her first time up. Enormous power. Best to ever come out of McNeese State. Off the end of the bat. Cue shot.
This inning's big inning for Team McClenny. Have 20 points on the line. Team Ocasio has not scored in the second or the third, and neither has McClenny. So if they're able to score Aguilar, everyone on the team would get 20 points.
Two balls and a strike. Haley Wagner's been playing with fire. Foul all the way. Wagner has gotten 6 outs in the game. She's allowed 6 hits in the game. Yet somehow she hasn't given up a run. Not only has Wagner given up 6 hits, she's walked a pair. Ton of traffic behind her, but she's working on a shutout. Miraculous. Team McClenny has helped her out. Haley McClenny hit into a double play in the first inning, and then a bizarro base running mistake by Sachel Palacios accounted for an out on base paths in the second inning. Wagner now 28 years of age, from Orange, California. Huge part of the origin of Athletes Unlimited softball. Clubbed in the air, left field, standard issue. Lorenz, 1 down. It's all about the points. Take a look at that leaderboard. This is the middle day of our middle week of Athletes Unlimited softball. This is game 15 of what will be 30 games played. And as it stands right now, Alicia Ocasio, the top dog. Ocasio, Jaquish, Andrews, and Kat Osterman, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sarah Gronewagen. Daniel Laurie, I'm here to tell you, the way things are looking right now, a lot can change between now and then, but the final day of our season, Monday of week 5, it's going to come down to that. With everyone so bunched up, there's going to be a sacrifice bunt in the 6th inning that may be the difference between someone winning the championship or not.
I would rather it be close than a landslide. I think that that's what makes that point system so unique, and just seeing what the players do to kind of scrape up top, and when it comes down to the wire, like, you know, they feel it. I remember when Victoria Hayward last year, it was between her and Bianca Stelli for 3rd, and they were playing in that last game. and just like the pressure of what that feels like. Every single at-bat matters because the top 3 get those medals, obviously with a cash bonus and stuff like that as well. But it just, to kind of put yourself in the book of unlimited and the history books as being in the top 3, that's like going to an Olympics and coming away 4th. It's I've done it, I've felt it. It's not fun. But when you win an Olympic medal, finally you're able to say like, oh wow, this is what it feels like.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Groenewagen. Bounce to third, her first time up. Popped up. It's going to be playable for Zirkle. 2 down. Oh, man. Team McClenny, a leadoff double by Ali Aguilar. And now they're in danger of not plating a run for the 3rd straight inning. Multiple opportunities against Haley Wagner. They haven't cashed in. Here's Abby Ramirez. Singled an inning ago. Wolverine against Wolverine. Illinois High School Player of the Year at Trinity High School here in Chicago. As a high school senior was Abby Ramirez. Oh, that'll get through underneath the glove of Gano. Here comes Aguilar, and an inning win for Team McClenny. Oh, finally a breakthrough for Team McClenny. That is 20 inning points for everyone on the roster.
This is a good piece of hitting by Abby Ramirez. Just turns on that pitch, a lot of pop behind it, and just enough to score Aguilar and get those inning point wins. 20 points to everybody on Team McClenny.
That scored an error on the first baseman Gano. So it'll be an unearned run against Wagner. It won't count against her in stat points, but it will count for Team McClenny in terms of inning points. 20 of them because of the rollover in the 2nd inning.
And this was a laser. And I think a first baseman would sit and say, like, all right, I need to be able to step up and just even get the ball in front of me, keep it in front of me.
Sachel Palacios down in the count 0-2. Well, even though Team Ocasio still has the lead, momentum now for Team McClenny. Scoring a run with 2 outs helps you between the ears. Started with the double by Aguilar. After pop-ups by Piancastelli and Groenewagen, an error by Gano plates the run. Two and two. Softly hit first base side. Gano. And that'll end the inning. But an inning win for Team McClenny. 20 points to every single member on that roster. Athletes Unlimited Softball. Medals, championships, all on the line. Today's game is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. 1-run lead for Team Ocasio, but last 2 innings have been won by Team McClenny. This is how points are accumulated here with Athletes Unlimited. Not surprising, you see 10, 20, 30, 40 for a single, double, triple, home run. You can also get points for stealing a base if you get caught. Those are negative points. If you get hit with a pitch or if you get a base on balls, that's all +8. For pitchers, the big numbers are 4 and -10. Every out recorded by a pitcher is a +4, but if you give up an earned run, not just a run, but an earned run, it's a -10. Big way to get points is by winning innings, and then you win the game. Everyone on your team gets 50 points. At the end, there's a vote. MVP 1, the most influential player of the game, gets a +60. MVP 2 is 40. MVP 3 is 20. New pitcher, Danielle O'Toole, after warming in the bullpen in the first, the second, and the third inning, is finally brought in.
And I like this change. Going from a righty to a lefty, throws mid-60s, changes speeds really well. Has that curveball, so those lefty-lefty matchups are good for her.
She replaces Sarah Gronewagen, who slides over to first base. Two balls and a strike to Amanda Lorenz. There's Gronewagen at first. Gronewagen didn't have much success against Lorenz. She walked her twice. Amanda Lorenz stat points today, +16. 2 walks. 8 points plus 8 points.
And so how that all transitioned out was Moultrie and Sam Fisher were connected in the DP and in the flex position, and it had got changed. And now Sarah Gronewagen has taken Sam Fisher's spot, which puts Danielle O'Toole into the flex position. So Sarah Gronewagen can still play first base and can still hit.
You're incredible. Literally, just incredible, your knowledge of the DP and the flex.
We're new. My teammate Joey Lai, who's one of the facilitators here, FaceTimed me to talk to me about the flex in the DP.
Home run in a phone booth. Sarah Gronewagen, I'll tell you, there is a magnet. You switch positions, you come into the game defensively, the ball finds you. That's been a rule since we turned over from the white ball to the yellow ball.
Well, and especially because we haven't seen Sarah Gronewagen play first yet, so the game's just going to challenge you right off the bat.
It looks like that right side of the infield and the outfield is in the sun right now. We talked to Michelle Moultrie an inning ago, and she said, oh yeah, playing right field late in the day, not easy. Here's Morgan Zirkle. Got you covered from A to Z. Zirkle last time up singled and stole a base. She's 1 for 6 here on the weekend. Leads the league in steals with 4. Softly, right side, Abby Ramirez to Gronewagen. Team Ocasio's had a lot of traffic. In the first inning, they scored 2 runs, but they left 2 runners on base. In the second inning, they didn't score and they left 2 on base. And an inning ago, they didn't score and they left the bases loaded. They've had a lot of opportunities. Hannah Flippin singled and scored in the first inning. 2 for 5 here this weekend. Flippin and O'Toole, very familiar with each other, played collegiately against each other in Pac-12. O'Toole an All-American at Arizona, Flippin an All-American at Utah. Well, that was a really cool shot. Saw inside Danielle O'Toole's glove, and they had the Olympic rings inside of her glove. O'Toole represented Mexico. O'Toole had the best of both worlds. She's also played for the U.S. national team in years past. Three and two.
Great lights by Hannah Flippin, not even biting on those outside pitches. Quickly works it to a full count.
Hardest batter to strike out in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. Popped up. It's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for O'Toole. McClenny, the squeezed side, is retired. So O'Toole comes out of the pen and gets a 1-2-3 fourth.
It is the best experience ever. You feel like a professional, and people here allow you to be yourself. They're just so nice, so sweet. They're very understanding of everything that you talk to them about, and just having a safe space when you're away from home to have those girls and those people that are a part of AU is super special and always awesome. I have that here, and I'm very thankful for that and this environment that John and Jonathan have given to us.
I think you just need to work on getting your front side down a little bit. Okay. You're kind of coming through your legs a little late. So you got it. Okay. If it's right in front of me, I might look 3. If she bunts.
Kelly's coming.
Okay. Good! That's a great spot!
All right, this is going to be exciting. We're going to talk this half inning with the catcher for Team Ocasio, Aubrey Monroe. You talk to people who know the game. One of the best, maybe the best defensive catcher alive today. Aubrey, thank you for wearing a microphone and joining us. This is going to be fun getting a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, this will be really interesting. Catching Pfizer for the first time, so that'll be fun.
This is the first
time?
Here
we go, Perv! Yeah, the first time in a game for sure. Had a little bit of time with her in the bullpen this week, but we'll see. She's a competitor. It'll be fun.
When you're trying to get to know a pitcher, what's the key thing for you to do really quick to know, okay, Pfizer likes to go here, she likes to go here?
Yeah, I think I mostly just want to see like what she likes to get ahead with, first of all, and then I like that spot. But then, you know, if she gets behind, you know, how does she want to come back, and what does she need from me, like personally, socially, stuff like that is what is really important to me. You got it, Pfizer, let's go. Hey, work a spot here, come on. Good. You keep working.
She's really popping the mitt. That was 66 miles per hour. Looks like it's looks like she's bringing it.
Yeah, she brings it pretty hard, and I love a big glove pop, so if I'm doing my job right, you'll hear it. Oh, I like that spot. You're right.
What's it like playing against?
You got that just a little bit up, Blue? Okay.
Piece
at a time.
A couple of your Team USA teammates. You feel like you have the advantage behind the dish, kind of knowing what their tendencies are as hitters?
I'd say sometimes, but I mean, we scrimmaged so much this year. Good! We scrimmaged so much this year in our training for the Olympics that, like, it was so many at-bats. So they know kind of what I like to call and what I like to call against them, so it makes me have to get really, really creative. This one, Fives, let's go! Oh, I like that.
Okay,
I like that
pop.
a lot.
Great pop on that one.
Yeah, that was a great pitch.
Aubrey, I've seen you sneak a couple of looks at Riley Sarton-Vaughn in the batter's box. What are you looking for?
I'm just trying to see if she's changing anything with her setup. Here we go, you and me, let's go. See if she's looking for anything different. Good! Yeah, see if she makes any adjustments like with her body or with her hands. She's moving around. Sometimes it's just a feel thing while I gather my thoughts.
Do the pitchers do anything to make it easier for you guys with just saying, like, hey, this is what I like to throw. If I'm in trouble, help me out with this.
Hey, this one, stay aggressive. Let's go. A little bit. Good. You're there. You got it. A little bit. I think it's a lot of, like, just kind of getting to know them and seeing how they react to certain things. Like a foul ball like that, like, how does she look? Does she look like she doesn't care? Whatever, that's another strike, or we're battling. Or does she look a little nervous? So kind of just trying to pick up on some cues from them. You and me, Amber, let's go. You got it right here, I got you. Yes! So good! That was dirty. Atta baby!
That's great, Aubrey. Love it. Love the way you're working with your pitcher. And I saw you before the game. We had some audio. You were talking to Haley Wagner, and you gave her some hint about her body. Can you really see the pitcher's body doing something when you're trying to catch 68 miles an hour?
You and me right here. Yeah, definitely. I've been catching for... Good! I like that spot! I've been catching for like 20 years. I've seen a lot of pitchers. I've seen a lot of great pitchers. I've been really fortunate to work with. So you start to see things that they're doing or trends with what they work with. And so just trying to help them out whenever I can. Oh, make a play, Flynn, make a play! Yes! Atta baby, let's go! Bye there, atta baby! Oh, that was awesome. You guys are getting some good stuff this inning, too.
We are.
Wow, Hannah flipping,
She's so
swinging
good.
bunt by Moultrie.
Good job,
Just
Amber!
clutch defense. Who would you say, Aubrey, is one of the toughest hitters for a pitcher-catcher duo to face? Chitty doesn't count.
Yeah.
That you guys have seen so far in this league?
I would say Amanda Lorenz is tough. Like that, good, good.
Couple Gators.
Yeah, Amanda Lorenz is just such a tough out because her plate coverage is stupid good.
Yeah.
And then Haley McClenny, obviously, she's just like one of the best players in the world. With you, with you. Ooh, good, you're good. You work right there. You work.
Are you someone that is big in the sense where, like, if a pitcher's throwing a good game and the zone is tight, that you will try to have that communication with the umpire to try to just, hey, like, I think we can get that pitch? What's your mindset like that as a catcher sometimes?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I want to help them out, get whatever I can get. More. Good. Yeah, I talk to the umpires a lot. Just try to get them thinking. I mean, there's a lot of pitches that are pitches. Good job. Way to work. Atta girl. I got you.
Aubrey, thank you for your time. Awesome
Fun.
inning.
Awesome. Thanks, Aubrey.
Thank you guys so much.
That's really cool. One of the best defensive catchers in the world today, working on her craft.
on
2-1 ball game. Team Ocasio over Team McClenny. Sasha Palacios, the backstop for Team McClenny. All players with Athletes Unlimited were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Here is Team McClenny's backstop.
Growing up, I was always thicker. I was always just, I didn't really feel like I fit the mold. And I think that that's something that I want to portray to those little girls, that they may look a certain way, they might have a certain body type, and they could achieve what they want to achieve. I hope that they look at me and they see themselves, and that they could conquer and go take it to the Olympic Games if they want.
Well said. Thank you, Sasho Palacios. And we know she's got that bat and ball gene. Her father played professional ball in the Cleveland Indians organization. Minor league player. Never made it to the big leagues, but hey, you play pro ball and get a check, you've done something. Anissa Urtez, teammates with Sasho Palacios on the Mexican Olympic team. Actually, this is all Team Mexico right now. You get Daniel O'Toole pitching to Urtez with Palacios catching.
And those are some of the hardest matchups and the coolest ones to see as spectators, is getting to see Danielle O'Toole face Urtez and getting to see Sarah Groenewegen go against Kelsey Harshman, and they played together with Canada. Just fun to see if they know each other well enough to continue to keep getting them out.
And an all-Team USA outfield. Right now, the catch made by Haley McClenny in center, surrounded by Janie Reed and Michelle Moultrie. Those three were outfielders taking home a silver medal from Tokyo. That's a really good defensive outfield. A lot of times playing the outfield, I'm not an expert on this, but it is about communication and knowing where everyone's going to be. So clearly that helps that Reed, McClenny, and Moultrie have been doing it together for a long time. Taylor Edwards is the batter. Taylor Edwards played with her twin, Tatum, for 4 years at Nebraska. Also played together for a bit professionally, National Pro Fast Pitch. Right up the middle, hits off the second base bag and takes a carom. That'll be a single with one out for Edwards. First base runner allowed by Daniel O'Toole.
We're in another inning where there's some rollover points on the line. No one was able to score in the fourth, and whatever team scores here in the fifth more than the other, everyone would be rewarded another 20 points.
Just curious, as Kaylee Clifton steps in, you got Danielle O'Toole, who just had that ball rocket right back against her legs. How would you rate her fielding position after she throws the pitch to the plate?
Sometimes it's just your natural reaction after you release the ball. It's hard to kind of pick and choose where you want to go and to be mindful. It's not easy. And it's scary when the ball comes back at you. I mean, you are seeing a lot more women that are wearing face masks now, and as a mom to little girls who are going to play, like, I'm going to want my daughter to wear one just because I've been caught in too many close situations, Eric, where I can't field my position because it comes at me too hot and I'm not comfortable.
Deep drive to left field. This is gone, a homer. Kaylee Clifton, first of the season, a 2-run shot. An excellent day continues for Kaylee Clifton. She has not been retired today.
This backdoor curve or potential off speed on the outside, and it just sneaks over at 229 feet.
Kaylee Clifton has 4 runs batted in. She has driven in every run for Team Ocasio today. I think she's looking at MVP votes when this is all said and done. As we speak, she's got 68 points so far. Best to ever come out of Wayne, Oklahoma. 1 out, 2 runners in here in the 5th inning. Courtney Gano pops this one up. Left center field. The captain of the outfield, McClenny, makes the play. Now Team Ocasio trying to go 2-0 here in this weekend. What's new? Alicia Ocasio's teams just seem to do the small things at the right time. You get base runners when they need them. Draw walks when they just need to keep the line moving. Don't beat themselves with out on the base paths.
And consistent in the circle. And when you have a good pitcher in the circle who's consistent, and you see her there warming up, Alicia Ocasio, I mean, that makes the world's difference. That is, with this league, at times can be a little bit of an uphill battle where you're facing these same women day in and day out. Once you get that workhorse in the circle that has just been, you know, pumping strikes, consistent every outing.
Lashed. Aubrey Monroe, we spoke to her last half inning defensively, talked about her defensive prowess. Also no slouch with the bat in her hands. Give her a base hit. That is 10 points for Aubrey Monroe. Yeah, it wouldn't be an official game for Team Ocasio unless Alicia pitched. She has, coming in today, appeared in 7 games this year, and she has pitched in every single game that she's been available to. Wheels are spinning right now. Ocasio is scheduled to hit, but because she's in the bullpen, she is going to tap Morgan Howe to bat. I think that almost makes it clear that Ocasio is going to come in. Some things you guess at, other things you just know. So here is Morgan Howe. Great power. Pretty swing. Now this is what we were listening to when the home run is hit by Clifton. They call themselves the Cobras. They're hissing. It's amazing how quickly everyone can come up with the themes and the...
Have you seen Dodgeball, the movie?
Sure I have.
I don't know. Globo Joe? You saw the flag?
Sure I have. I'm familiar. 3-0 to Morgan Howe. All right, they've already scored 2 runs in the inning. Let's see if Howe lets it fly. Jeez. Off-speed pitch on 3-0. No one's gonna swing at that, right?
Or if they do, they're hooped. A little pop-up or...
Five-pitch walk to Howe. So Howe gets 8 points for working the walk. And the lineup flips over. Amanda Lorenz will bat.
I think sometimes as a pitcher, just needing to be aware situationally. Like, I would never want to walk the 9-hitter to get to Amanda Lorenz, who just had 2 home runs off of Kat Osterman yesterday. I would even want to challenge Morgan Howe down the middle of the plate before I would throw 5 pitches and walk her. Because Amanda Lorenz is warming up, clearly, and kind of have to pick your poison with that one with the Cobras, but...
Ball and a strike. Lorenz from Moore Park, California, Los Angeles area. Began the day 20th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. She's added to her total with a couple of walks. A plus 16 on her stat line. Now good hitters count, 2-1. Delayed call, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Amanda Lorenz told us she likes hitting with 2 strikes, almost prefers hitting with 2 strikes. That's just got to be so liberating mentally to know that about yourself. You have such confidence that with no room for error, that's when you perform best.
Some of the best hitters in the world. A teammate that I played with, Jen Salling, one of the toughest hitters when she gets 2 strikes. She almost loved and preferred to hit with 2 strikes.
Little bit outside, the count goes full. All right, so the carousel will be in motion. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and at second will both be off with the pitch.
That's a good spot. I guess if anything, it's a little too far out, but not by much. I could understand O'Toole's frustration.
Again, that's a quality hack on a 2-strike pitch. She's not afraid. Lorenz has already seen 7 pitches this at bat. After a while, the advantage shifts to the hitter. All right, so she's going to face a 9th pitch coming up.
Wonder if she'll try to sneak a little changeup in there like she'd thrown at that 3-0 count.
Top of the 5th inning, 4-1 lead for Team Ocasio. Trying to stay perfect on the weekend. Runners go. Smoked into center field. Bye-bye softball. 3rd homer of the weekend for Amanda Lorenz. Let the hissing begin. Hotter than a pepper sprout.
Seeing a ton of pitches. Stays on plane with that curveball, I think, and just missed a little too much white and just dead center. Can't get her out right now.
Man, has she come alive. We talked to Amanda after the game yesterday, and she said how much it meant to her when Alicia Ocasio picked her in the draft and said, hey, you're due. I believe in you. You're going to have a week for me. That's just one of the things that Alicia Ocasio does well. We know her as a hitter, a fielder, as a pitcher, but she picks teams and empowers her players, and they play for her. That's part of being a captain.
Yeah, you totally have to have that belief for that person. Knowing the history that they've had playing at Florida together, knowing the history that Amanda Lorenz has as a hitter, period. It doesn't matter if she was 0 for going into week 3. She's still one of the best, purest hitters that I've ever seen. And sooner or later, she was bound to heat up. I say the same thing about Muli Pola, who had 2 home runs yesterday. Like, those hitters don't stay quiet for long.
In the last 5 official at-bats for Amanda Lorenz, she's got 3 homers. In her last 7 plate appearances, 3 homers, 2 walks. Man. And all of a sudden, what had been a 2-1 ball game has exploded into a 7-1 lead for Team Ocasio. We know by now that Ocasio is loose and more than likely coming into the ball game to pitch the final 3 innings. Three and 2. Well, the air's just been taken out of the balloon for Team McClenny. Off the glove of the third baseman, Sarton Vaughn. Extra bases. Zirkle checks into second base with a double. That's 20 points for Morgan Zirkle, her 2nd hit of the ball game.
Just over Sarton's head. It almost looks like she barely finishes her swing circle. Still so much power. I think if Sarton Vaughn doesn't touch that, it's a foul ball, but it's that natural reaction playing the hot corner. There's not much you can do when the ball's coming at you 100 miles an hour. It feels like your natural reaction is to try to catch it.
Hannah Flippin. Good stop by Palacios. And Danielle O'Toole just made a motion to say, you know what, let's have a talk here. I just need to gather. Danielle O'Toole, one of the best pitchers in the world today. Many-time All-American as a college player at Arizona. She's played so well internationally for Team USA and Team Mexico. She had a good fourth inning, got a 1-2-3 fourth, retired Lorenz, Zirkle, and Flippin, but things have changed here in the fifth inning. She has already given up 5 runs, all of them earned. Let's take a look at our Geico Defensive Player of the Game. This was earlier today, a double play hit into back in the first inning. Ball off the bat of Haley McClenny, right into Flippin's glove, who turned the double play. I'm sorry, right into Ortez's glove, who turned the double play. At the end of the season, we'll award a Geico Defensive Player of the Year, and that award is accompanied with a $5,000 bonus for the winner. Last year it was Haley McClenny who won the award. 4-pitch walk to Hannah Flippin. That's gone from bad to worse for O'Toole. Runners on at first and at second. Still 2 outs. The last 5 batters have all reached successfully against O'Toole. And McClenny, the captain's going to have to go to the pen. So Team Ocasio, they bat around here in the 5th inning. They score 5 runs, maybe more. And O'Toole is lifted in favor of Randy Rupp. Here is the leaderboard brought to you by Geico. This is up to date. Alicia Ocasio in the top spot. Savannah Jaquish, we won't see her until later today. Team Jaquish taking on Team Osterman in our second ball game.
I like this change. Obviously, when there's a 5 spot going up, if you still want to try to even find a way to get back in the game, you just need to stop the bleeding. And I think bringing in a new pitcher, especially that 3rd time through the lineup, is important because they've batted around in the 5th inning. They're going back to Ortez, who led off this 5th inning.
All right, so Randy Rupp comes on. Second consecutive day we've seen Rupp come out of the pen. She pitched 2 innings in yesterday's game against Team Jaquish.
And right now it's just to come in and get an out. There's 2 outs on the board. Throws a great mix of pitches. Her curve and that change are her go-to pitches.
All right, here's Ortez. Runners at first and at second. 2 outs. Randy Rupp played at Texas State, where she played with her sister, who was her catcher. Kind of like the situation we told you about with Taylor Edwards, playing with her twin Tatum. Ortez hits this into right center field. McClenny can't make the play. It's off the wall. 2 runs will score. McClenny is still down. Sliding into third with a triple is Ortez. And McClenny is still down in center field. A 2-run triple for Ortez. It's a 9-1 lead for Team Ocasio, but concern for Haley McClenny.
This dead center, and McClenny, why is she so good? She's just a warrior, just doesn't even really see the wall. Probably gets the wind knocked out of her a little bit, but what makes her such a pro is her first thing is, all right, that ball, how can I get that ball to my teammate? What's the next play? She passes it to Michelle Moultrie to make that throw, but running into the wall at 100 miles an hour is...
Look at her saying, I'm fine, I'm fine.
I'm limping, but I'm fine. She will not come out of this game. There is no way.
Tougher than walrus gristle. But that is a huge inning now for Team Ocasio. 7 runs have scored here in this 5th inning. A triple for Tez means 30 more points for her. Wow. Okay, we're back. Haley McClenny says, I'm fine. We play on. Now this inning started when Kaylee Clifton had a 2-run home run. Kind of thought that was going to be a big inning. But then a 3-run home run by Amanda Lorenz, and now a 2-run triple by Anissa Urtez. Kaylee Clifton lying in wait, she's on deck. This is Taylor Edwards. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a walk. Pitcher-batter matchup, Randy Rupp, Taylor Edwards. They both played college ball with their sisters and both had a pitcher-catcher relationship with their sibling. Something cosmic here. We've got a team cycle for Team Ocasio here in this 5th inning. 2 singles, a double, a triple, and 2 homers. A lot of bit of everything. That may be one thing you've never done, Danielle. You're a pretty good hitter in your day, but did you ever get a cycle in a game, a single, double, triple, and a homer?
I did not, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to tell you yes, just to see your reaction, no.
You wouldn't remember anyway. I asked you earlier today, how many no-hitters you think you tossed as a college player? You had no idea. Smoked. It'll stay up long enough for Janie Reed to make the play. But major damage done for Team Ocasio. They score 7 times. They lead 9-1. Bottom of the 5th inning, this game has really turned in the last half inning. A 7-run 5th inning for Team Ocasio, and they lead 9-1. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration is planting 100 trees. Over 36,000 trees were planted in 2020. We want to thank Aspiration for their support of rounding the bases. Haley McClenny, captain, remains in the ballgame after having that scary collision in center field. This is Amanda Lorenz. This is what she's done over the last 2 days. Just tremendous. 3 home runs, 250 feet. This one, 254. What can she do for an encore? Home run number 3. This is today, 248. We get the gist. Pretty cool. 750 feet worth of home run for Amanda Lorenz. I think she's figured out Athletes Unlimited softball.
Like I said, and I continue to keep saying it, and I feel lucky that I'm not out there having to throw to these hitters, but as a pitcher, when you get to that place where you're not going to get burned by the hottest hitters, right? Like the 3 hottest hitters for Chitty, you look at Muli Pola, you look at Amanda Lorenz, you look at Savannah Jaquish. Like those hitters to me are ones where I don't mind giving them that free pass. Say, hey, I'd rather you get a single than you get 40 points and hit a big bloop blast. So
right to the third baseman, Hannah Flippin. Can't sneak anything past her. Second time today that Haley McClenny has lined out to a former Utah Ute on the infield. Lined out to Trez in the first inning, and now lines out to Flippin here in the 5th.
so good, both these two, McClenny and Hannah Flippin, but McClenny just one of the best hitters in the world. Hannah Flippin doesn't even hesitate.
So McClenny actually has nothing to show for it, but she smoked the ball in the first inning, lined out to short. She hammered ball in the second inning with the bases loaded. Remember, she flied out to Morgan Zirkle in center field at the warning track. And here in the 5th inning, hits it right on the screws, but an atom ball to Hannah Flippin. Now tomorrow she could go 3 for 3 with 3 bloop hits. But she's hit it hard 3 times today and has taken the collar. Allie Aguilar, 0-2. Hard 67 miles per hour from Amber Pfizer. Saw Amber Pfizer just doing a little swoop with her arm, kind of falling through the wrist. What does that indicate to you?
Maybe just like a little mental check-in of just kind of feeling something out, whether it's a curve or a rise. And sometimes pitchers are just a little different out there. We'll just move our arm in different ways and have our little nervous twitches.
Pfizer came out of the pen an inning ago. She's faced 4 batters, retired them all. Just like the starting pitcher today for Team McClenny, former Minnesota Golden Gopher. Clifton makes the play.
Designated player, number 34, Ocasio.
Ball hasn't left the infield against Pfizer. Here's Bianca Stelly, 1 for 2 with the single in the first inning.
Last pitch coming in at 68 miles an hour on the flight scope. Amber Pfizer, one of the harder throwing pitchers in this league.
Pfizer from just outside Cedar Rapids, Iowa. A lot of times it's hard to get recruited coming out of high school if you're an Iowan. They played their high school softball during the summer months. Summer is when most kids play travel ball and go to showcases and different tournaments across the country, and that's when a lot of the recruiting is done. So if you're true to your school and you want to play for your high school, sometimes you have to miss out on that. Bianca Stelly walks. That's the first base runner allowed by Pfizer.
Couple Golden Gophers going at it here. Sarah Groenewegen and Amber Pfizer, they played 1 year together. Sarah's senior year and Amber Pfizer's freshman year.
Got her on the kneecap. That's smarts. So with 2 outs, 2 base runners now for Team McClenny.
Next up is the baseman, number 10, Abby Ramirez.
Ooh, man.
It's going to leave a mark. Coming in at 67 miles an hour.
8 points the hard way. Here's Abby Ramirez next in line. And Abby Ramirez is going to give a big thank you to the official scorer. Her last time up, she hit a ball hard right to Courtney Gano with a runner on second. It was originally ruled an error. That's since been changed. Take the error away from Gano and give a base hit to Ramirez. She's 2 for 2, so that works to her benefit. It works against Haley Wagner. When it was originally ruled an error on Gano, that made it an unearned run. But now that there's no error, it is an earned run. And so -10 for Haley Wagner. Disappointment for Haley, you'd imagine, if you pay attention to those things.
Always pay attention to those things. Last pitch coming in at 69 miles an hour. She's definitely one of the harder throwers in this league. Alicia Ocasio can kind of pump the velo a little bit.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Ramirez. Now in this league, a lot of times being on teams that win, being a good teammate, doing small things well, help out. Abby Ramirez last year was a great example of that. Same thing this year. She began today 38th out of 60 points, or 60 players on the leaderboard without having a base hit. She was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, yet she was 38th out of 60 players because she'd been on teams that won, that did positive things, and she was a part of that. And now she's helping her own stat line with the 2 base hits. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Both runners off with the pitch. Abby Ramirez was part of that golden age, one of the golden ages, I guess you could say, of Michigan Wolverine softball. Played for many years, middle of the diamond with Sierra Romero.
I remember watching them in the national championship game. Thought Michigan was going to win their second, but ended up losing to Oklahoma.
There's no shame in that. There's been a lot of teams that have lost to Oklahoma.
I know.
Patty Gasso's got it figured out. Behind home plate, will do it again.
That was the year that Sierra Romero won Player of the Year, which was a really big deal because pitchers tend to win it quite a bit more. I think in the college game they need to make 2 separate awards because there's too many great hitters to go against great pitchers.
Ramirez strikes out. Good job by Amber Pfizer. Throws a 0 on the board. It's another inning win for Team Ocasio. Today's game is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. And right now, Team Ocasio truly believes that they can do it. They have been magnificent in all facets today. 9 runs, 9 hits. They haven't made a mistake defensively. And we've got a couple more innings to go. We've reached the 6th inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. Let's hear from Kaylee Clifton, who's been a huge offensive force today for Team Ocasio.
Last time I faced Randy, I've seen her twice since I've been here. Her change. I was sitting so hard in that I was so early. I made contact out here. I sliced it.
Hey, on your other at-bats, have you been sitting any pitches?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, kind of working together. Kaylee Clifton and Amanda Lorenz trying to get a scouting report on the pitcher, Randy Rupp.
I love that stuff. Just being able to tune in to hear like 2 of the best to play the college game. Kaylee Clifton, Amanda Lorenz, just talking ABs, what they're sitting, what they're not. Always constantly passing information.
Clifton's been perfect so far today. Drove in the first 4 runs for Team Ocasio. Going to get some MVP points when this is done.
Hi, baby. I love you.
Way out in front. After Clifton, we're expecting Gano and then Aubrey Monroe. Courtney Gano's got a couple of jobs here in Rosemont. Not only is she a full-fledged member, but she's also a full-time mom. That is her son right there. This is right before an at-bat. Pretty cool. The opportunities that Athletes Unlimited allow mothers to keep playing. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I thought she was going to give him the bat. Two. Called strike 3. It's the first time that Clifton has been retired here in our ball game.
Screwball. Clifton way off the plate and still frozen by that screwball. Great job by Palacios to get that pitch. I think it's important to be able to get that corner. Doesn't matter if you're off the plate or not. Solid 2-2 pitch by Randy Rupp.
Here's the supermom, Courtney Gano. 0-1. Gano, a Californian, made it up to Seattle to play her college ball, University of Washington. It's a common theme here this year with Athletes Unlimited. Heather Tarr's got a program. Gano's played in this building as a professional before. She was a member of the Chicago Bandits. Was just torrid. Beginning of her career playing for Chicago in the National Pro Fast Pitch. Only other experience playing pro ball came over in Europe, playing in Italy. I have no idea what the quality of competition is like over in the Italian Pro League.
It's not like Athletes Unlimited.
No.
I'll tell you that.
All right, I got the silliest question, but I don't know. In other pro leagues across the world, are they all yellow ball?
From what I gather, yes.
Okay.
To say that I would...
Well, you played in Japan. They play with the yellow ball,
yes.
not a white one.
Japan is competitive like this. They just have 12 teams, so they have a lot more athletes than just 61, but they do use the yellow ball.
Down the right field line and foul. For those who don't know, a radical change in fast pitch back in the 90s. For years and years and years, competitive fast pitch was with a white ball, and the pitcher's plate was 40 feet. And they switched to a yellow ball and moved the pitcher's plate back 3 feet, so it's now 43 feet, and that changed everything. You would think, actually, that being farther away would actually be an advantage for the hitters, and to a certain extent it was, but the pitchers got so much more room to actually spin the ball, and so there was a change in that regard as well. So actually it was kind of a different game. So the women who were great at the white ball at 40 feet weren't necessarily going to be great with the yellow ball at 43, but some were. Lisa Fernandez, Kelly Kretschmann, Stacy Newman,
Sherry Kempf.
Hey, all right.
Little white ball gal. I honestly believe like that extra 3 feet is just a game changer as far as movement. The 40 feet era was just pumping velo.
Good job by Rupp. She has struck out the first 2 batters here in the 6th inning.
On that same pitch too, that backwards K for Clifton and then another backwards K by Courtney Gano, and I think she was thinking something away and just froze her on the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, when I think of white ball and 40 feet, I think of Lisa Fernandez playing at UCLA with a visor, playing with the shorts, dusty field. But yeah, it was all power. We're talking 2-to-1 ball games, and that was a slugfest.
And just some people couldn't hang when they adjusted it to go back to 43 because they couldn't throw as hard as they did at 40, and then just trying to figure out that extra movement you need at 43 feet.
Debbie Doom, one of the legends of the white ball era. Lisa Ishikawa. That's one of the things over the last 25 years of fast pitch is now you just have a whole catalog of history. I've always thought that fast pitch was just a glorious game with the strategy, with the speed of the game, with the tenseness, but now that we've got history as well, and you can talk about players from the 70s and the 80s, compare and contrast with different eras, just adds a different wrinkle. High fly ball, left field. That was off the end of the bat. Janie Reed makes the play, and it is a 1-2-3 6th inning, tossed by Randy Rupp. She's faced 4 and retired them all. Take a look at our offensive moment of the game. It's brought to you by Bat Club USA. Kaylee Clifton, how do you do?
Little solo shot. Getting the team going. And then you have Amanda Lorenz. 3-run bomb. Getting the Cobras going.
2 homers in the game, both of them coming in that 5th inning for Team Ocasio. They scored 7 times in the 5th inning. 2-run homer by Clifton, a 3-run bomb by Lorenz. And now trying to protect the big lead, up 9-1. We have a pitching change, bottom of the 6th inning, and Team McClenny will face a new pitcher, Alyssa Denham. comes on. Forever in blue jeans is Denham. Haven't seen a lot of her so far in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've seen her throw a little bit week 1. Throws mid-60s. Has a good drop ball as well as that off-speed drop. Can throw that curve.
Native of Alvin, Texas. Played at 2 schools. Started at ULL, Louisiana Lafayette. Oh, wow. Are you kidding me? What a play. Looking into the sun, Morgan Howe able to make that play. She's been here for a couple of years. Maybe last year she didn't make that play, but she knows the sun now and is able to survive.
Wow, that is ice cream cone. Able to, those ones are really hard to catch and track with that sun in your eyes. It's probably the hardest position on the field when the sun is just dead set on the right side.
Here's Sydney Romero. First time we've seen her in the batter's box. She played third base last half inning. It's the first time we've actually seen Romero play any position besides second base this year. On the ground, Flippin, airtight. No one throws a prettier ball across the diamond than Hannah Flippin. Also has wonderful reflexes too. This was Flippin last inning.
So good. You could put her anywhere in the infield. She'll make just plays like this. Just on it, doesn't even hesitate. Ball gets on her real quick.
I'll tell you, I would have a blast if we would spend just an hour one day hitting 100 ground balls to Flippin and 100 ground balls to Jesse Warren at third. Just to see the flair and the ability that both of them had, the instincts at third base. I don't know who would make more plays. There may be 100 balls collectively that one gets past.
I think it would be a coin flip for me. I would not want to have to choose. Heads for Flip, tails for Warren. Let you know.
Flippin' for Flippin'. All right, Sam Fisher will bat. 2 outs, bases clear. Fisher had her first hit of the season yesterday. Veteran in her second season with Athletes Unlimited. Mentioned that Alyssa Denham started at Louisiana. Then she transferred out, finished her college career at Arizona. One of 4 Denham sisters to play college softball. Her other 3 sisters, though, all they all played at McNeese State. You're just waiting for me. You're just waiting for me. Come on, spit it out, Eric.
Seeing you just stewing over there.
I was debating, was it McNeese or was it Lamar? Thank you for affirming me.
Proud of you.
I was talking to Alyssa preseason, and she mentioned that she has a same pitching coach throughout the years as Kat Osterman. Growing up in the Houston area, she actually felt like her pitching style was very similar to Kat's, but from the right side. Drop ball pitcher.
Both similar body types. Pretty tall and long legs, long arms.
Fisher, I think, swung at ball 4. Alyssa Denham, when she was a college player, her freshman year, she was teammates with DJ Sanders. DJ Sanders, of course, her second year with Athletes Unlimited. She said DJ has been great helping her figure out this league. Here's a name from the past. Alyssa Denham says her entire life, family friend, Krista Williams. What else you want to know? Right to Flippin'! I'll try someone else. You're just banging your head against the wall if you try and sneak it past Hannah Flippin'. Just not going to happen. What a wonderful player. A joy to watch is Hannah Flippin'. It's been all Team Ocasio here on a Sunday afternoon in the Chicagoland area. They lead 9-1 over Team McClenny as we play our 7th inning. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. All right, Team Ocasio going to get their last hacks here in the 7th inning. Randy Rupp has come out of the pen and really saved the day for Team McClenny. She's been the most effective pitcher. Rupp has faced 4 batters and retired them all. Rupp will face 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order. It's going to be Morgan Howe, and then Amanda Lorenz, and then Morgan Zirkle. And Haley McClenny, captain for Team McClenny, has come in all the way from center field to have a word. I think she's just getting some laps in. McClenny's had a tough day. She's 0 for 3, even though she's scalded the ball 3 times. Lined into a double play by hitting it to the shortstop. She flew out to center field with the bases loaded. Morgan Zirkle bounced into the wall to save what would have been extra bases. And then she lined out to third back in the 5th inning. And oh, by the way, McClenny had a collision of her own against the outfield fence and was down for about 45 seconds. So a tough day for Haley McClenny, but she's made of good stock.
Help a girl out, man. No, please. I'm betting.
Foul ball, out of play. Well, we have some softball royalty in the building, and it's not just Kat Osterman on your screen. That is a national champion head coach, Heather Tarr, in the building, talking with Kat and her former shortstop, Sis Bates. Taryn Alvello also in that conversation, former Washington Husky. Daniel, you played for Coach Tarr at Washington. What did she say to convince you that Washington was going to be the place for you?
Oh, wow. She didn't really have to say much. Honestly, I really wanted to stay close to home and knew that that program was always in the top 10 and were competitive.
Liner, man, we've had so many line drives today caught by infielders. Ali Aguilar, who also played at Washington, makes that play.
I think ultimately what it came down to for me was it was between Alabama, Nebraska, and Washington. And back in the day, all the games weren't on TV like they are now, and I kind of figured that my family would not really be able to afford to go and fly and watch me. So it came down to wanting the people that have supported me the most to be able to watch me in person a lot. And Coach Tarr, I was her first recruit at Washington. I feel so proud that she took a chance on me, being a small-town Canadian kid. And here we are. Now she's one of my closest friends. That's why we live in Seattle.
They're all using their husky voices when they're having that conversation, if you really want to know.
Can I get an example of what that sounds like? You got jokes over here.
Washington players always use husky voices when they talk to each other. Here's Amanda Lorenz. Have a weekend, why don't you, Amanda? Deep, left center. This will stay in the ballpark. And that is just the 2nd time this afternoon that Lorenz has made a right-hand turn from first base, and she's out number 2 here in the 7th inning. Well, I'm just saying, there are some inning points on the line here. It's been a tough day for Team McClenny, but if they can put a 0 on the board here for Team Ocasio, if they happen to score a run in the bottom of the 7th inning, they'll at least salvage 20 inning points. And they're putting the best foot forward. In the 7th inning, it's going to be Reed, McClenny, and Aguilar, the top 3 in the lineup, all 3 Olympians for Team USA. So they've got a puncher's chance. Here's Morgan Zirkle, another productive day for the best to ever come out of Milton, West Virginia. Hard along the Mud River. Two 2-0 to Zirkle. This game changed in the 5th inning. 2 home runs in that 5th inning, one by Kaylee Clifton, a 2-run shot, and then Amanda Lorenz, a 3-run blast. Also in that inning, a 2-run triple by Anissa Urtez. Here are your up-to-date points. Leaderboard powered by Geico. Alicia Ocasio. Ocasio on top. But we still have activity. We're going to still see Savannah Jaquish, Alicia Andrews, Kat Osterman. They will all play in our second game here on this field. And now as part of the game, we start thinking about MVP points. I think Kaylee Clifton's got a great chance for MVP 1. I think Amanda Lorenz been on base 3 times with a 3-run home run. She's got a chance for MVP points. Maybe Haley Wagner for 3 solid innings. Gave up 1 run in 3 innings as the starting pitcher. Maybe Amber Pfizer for 2 shutout innings. Into left field. Zirkle retired. Catch made by Reed. Final 3 outs to the ball game. Bottom of the 7th when we return.
Except for change, can you take change? Okay. That was the longest rundown I've ever seen. Up! Tagging! You good? Big O. I love softball.
And we love having Kaylee Clifton with the microphone. She has been really fun to listen to. Airtight game for Clifton. We've made it to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is a 9-1 lead for Team Ocasio, but we still have a lot on the line. Obviously, Team McClenny could theoretically put 9 runs on the board to win the ball game, but more realistically, all they need is 1 run, and they will win 20 inning points for every player. That means something. That's the equivalent of everyone in that dugout hitting a double. Janie Reed, Haley McClenny, Allie Aguilar batting against Alyssa Denham. Denham has faced 3 batters and retired them all. Defense behind her has been superb. Morgan Howe made a circus catch in right field last half inning. And then a Hannah Flippin, typical play at third. A bullet off the bat of the batter right into her glove. Didn't flinch. Reed pops it up. There's Clifton. 1 down.
The center fielder, number 28, Haley McClenny.
Sam Fisher doing everything she can here to spark a rally. She's got her pom-pom pigtails in.
Here's Haley McClenny. She has been robbed. I'll tell you, if the softball gods are paying attention, she's going to hit a ball maybe 20 feet on the ground, and she's going to get a single. She's going to hit it so soft and get a base hit, because she has smoked 3 line drives in today's game and accounted for 4 outs. Hit into a double play, flied out deep. Oh, there it is. Off the glove of Flippin. So a gift right there for McClenny, and she's going to get a double. So finally, she catches a break. There are the softball gods watching.
It's a great piece. Just kind of slices at it. Such a good hitter. She even has an open stance and can still go opposite field because she can control her barrels so well through the zone.
When you're in the conversation for the best player in the world, you don't pout, you keep plugging, and eventually good things happen. And this is what makes Athletes Unlimited so interesting. It's a 9-1 ball game, folks, but both sides are moving just to make sure they're putting their best foot forward, and this run doesn't score because you got 20 points on the line. And I don't know what's being challenged here. This is a captain's challenge. Are they saying that it didn't hit off Flippen's glove and it went into foul territory somehow with a wind gust?
Definitely hit off her mitt.
Yep, we're told this is fair versus foul. Rachel Palmer, our replay official, what do you have?
We have a fair ball. The ball contacted the glove in fair territory. The call is confirmed.
All right, thank you. Rachel does a good job. That is a quick confirmation of what we saw. It is a fair ball. Ball went up the glove of Flippen, so it is a 2-base hit, says our official score. A double for McClenny. Now you can't take him back to the hotel, so Alicia Ocasio said might as well try. So 20 points for McClenny. Her first stat points of the game. And a one-out base runner. This is an important circumstance for Dedham. Pitchers lose 10 points every time they give up an earned run. One to to Aguilar.
Just the importance of finding a way if you're Team McClenny to just score that run. Get 20 points for everyone on your team. Obviously, there's still game left. They can try to get back in it, but I think solidifying those 20 points would...
Lashed. That'll get down, and that'll score McClenny from second. She will waltz home. That's a double for Aguilar, and 20 inning points go to everyone on Team McClenny. So that's it's a bit of good news for everyone wearing orange. It's a 3-hit day for Aguilar.
This finds a hole. Good piece of hitting by Allie Aguilar. She can go all fields. We saw her go opposite field home run yesterday.
I think Aguilar's got a chance for MVP 3, maybe 20 extra points for her. That's the rarest of the rare, getting MVP points in a losing effort. But she is 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. She scored a run and driven in a run. If you count the inning wins for Allie Aguilar, she's got 90 points. When your team's losing 9-2 and you still get 90 points, that's pretty good. Now this was yesterday. MVPs, game 14, Amanda Lorenz. First time we've seen her name as one of the MVPs. Why not? She was an MVP with an exclamation point. A couple of home runs off of Kat Osterman. Diddly D. All right, Dedham trying to put this one in the victory column. Still has work to do. Erica Biancastelli. Some family pride on the line. Mentioned last inning that Alyssa Dedham, 3 sisters, all played at McNeese State. The batter right now for Team McClenny, the greatest to ever play at McNeese State. And I feel confident saying that. Biancastelli with 75 homers as a college player. 3-1. Back-to-back doubles, McClenny and Aguilar here in the 7th inning. And Denham all of a sudden having trouble. She retired the first 4 batters she faced. And then with 1 out here in the 7th inning, double by McClenny, the double by Aguilar, and now the 5-pitch walk to Piancastelli. All right, my question to you, and this may be the most difficult question. Is that hacky sack or is that bags?
Definitely a hacky sack. I'm not sure where he got bags
There's
from.
a difference. I think one's got a different...
Like difference in like eras?
No, I think the bag is a little softer maybe.
All
right, we're gonna...
Bags.
Or maybe it's just called bag.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do some research, all right? You're gonna be here for the second game?
That's the plan as of right now.
Okay. I'll tell you, there's someone out there, maybe in Beatrice, Nebraska, but there's someone who understands that there's a difference, and I'm going to find that person. Sarah Gronewagen, she's got 2 bruises and 16 points her last 2 times to the dish. At least she can smile about it. She has been hit with a pitch each of the last 2 times to the plate. That's 16 points the hard way. And now the bases are loaded. All of a sudden, if Abby Ramirez jumps the yard, we got a game, folks. Wake up the kids. Things are getting interesting. You can say you were here when. Abby Ramirez, her best day here in her 2nd season with Athletes Unlimited.
This is really kind of the first pickle that we've seen Alyssa Denham be in, right? And I think that just adds its own pressure in itself when you're finally like getting challenged and now you have bases loaded, 1 out. It just...
Little number, flipping, needs to get the sure out, and she does. That's now 2 outs. A run does score, so give an RBI for Abby Ramirez, her 2nd of the game. It is now a 9-3 game. Ramirez, welcome back to the dugout by Sam Fisher in her garb. Sachel Palacios, she is the first member of Team McClenny to face Alyssa Denham twice. Wildcat versus Sun Devil. Popped up, should end the ball game. Morgan Zirkle, ball game. Impressive win for Team Ocasio. They win going away. 9-3 is our final score. We still have 1 more game coming your way. It's going to be Team Jaquish taking on Team Osterman. We've got points on the line. Savannah Jaquish, Kat Osterman, they're in the 2 and the 5 hole on our league leaderboard. That's updated constantly. We'll have our game number 2 coming your way in just a couple of moments. Sure hope you enjoyed this one. A win on a Sunday afternoon for Team Ocasio. 9-3 your final score. For Danielle Lowry and our entire production crew, I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you in just a moment.